What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and today we're going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors. Now, I was just thinking very recently that maybe this whole regular season thing is just a mask. Maybe this is just all, doesn't really matter. Maybe all that matters is the NBA Finals, Warriors versus Cavs, because I'm pretty sure that we're all pretty sure that that's what's going to happen. I mean, honestly, take a look at the Eastern Conference and let me know a team that could really challenge Cleveland in the Eastern Conference. The Raptors or the Celtics, actually both of them, need to make a trade for a star player in order to contend with the Cavs for that NBA Finals spot. And I don't think that's going to happen, because who's going to give up a superstar to one of those teams? And is that, I don't know. I can't see it. If it happens, then we'll have a different conversation. But as of now, it's hard. It's so easy to say, oh, what if Jimmy Butler was on the Boston Celtics? It's so easy to say, oh, why don't the Celtics just trade for him? But you know that with all these trade rumors, that we hear about trade rumors every single year, and it's so unlikely that these trades actually happen. That Korver trade, that was one of many rumors that is going on, and most of the rumors that are going on probably aren't going to happen. So, that's why I'm skeptical that the East is gonna, they're gonna make, someone's gonna get traded to the Raptors or the Celtics and they're gonna become a contender. I don't buy into that stuff. But the Raptors and Celtics do need to make a trade if they want to contend for that title, that's for sure. Now, in the Western Conference, we have the Warriors. And we have a few other teams. The San Antonio Spurs come to mind. This team could really contend for a championship. I don't know what the Spurs are really made of when it comes to playoff time. That's a whole different squad than it was a few years ago. They're not as tested as they used to be. I know they still got Ginobili. They still got that amazing coach, Greg Popovich. Love Greg Popovich. Kawhi Leonard is an animal, but we still have yet to see him carry a team to the NBA Finals, or at least lead a team to the NBA Finals. That's not something we've seen yet. He had a lot of good company when he won that Finals MVP award. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies. This isn't a team we consider a contender, but this is a team that I know the Warriors don't want to see in the NBA playoffs. I'm going to talk about the Golden State Warriors game last night. I was playing some Watch Dogs with one of my friends. Melanda King 8, shout out him. He's in this video. Playing some Watch Dogs with him, and just chilling. And I had looked, I was watching the Memphis game earlier. It was like a 20-something point lead. I was like, forget it. Memphis doesn't have the offensive firepower to really turn this around. It's not really worth watching when they're down 20. I'm not a huge Warriors fan, not anything close to a Warriors fan, so why would I watch this? So I turned that shit off. And he's like, oh, well, Grizzlies down by 2. I was like, wait, whoa. I was like, really, it was like so weird, because the Warriors were just up by like 24. And he's like, yeah, Warriors are only up by 2. So I had to turn that game on, watch the end of it. I was amazed. And knowing the story, they were up 19 at the end of the beginning of the fourth quarter. They were up by 19 points. And this is just ridiculous. The Warriors, if, the internet isn't bad enough for promoting the Warriors' ability to, lose grip of these games that they should easily be winning, that they have big leads and then lose them, or just like the 3-1 thing, like everybody knows and says. Honestly, it's ridiculous. The Golden State Warriors aren't ready to play the Cavs in the NBA Finals right now. They're not. And you might be saying, oh, well, they just played and they only lost by 1 point. The Cavs, they barely won. They had to get back from down 14. They were at home. You can make all these excuses, but in the end, the only way for the Warriors to get a win over the Cavs in the finals, I believe, is in a blowout. You saw it last year. The Warriors blew out the Cavs in games 1, game 2, and game 4 was a little bit closer, but it's not like it was tight. They were up by double digits, I'm pretty sure. But all the other games the Cavs won, and I know that some of the Cavs wins were blowouts, but here's a difference between the Cavs and the Warriors, and it's a major difference. It's the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers are historically great at closing games out. They don't choke games. They really don't. They win. They take care of business. And it's in large part because of LeBron James. He's so good. He knows what he's doing. He's got amazing basketball IQ, the best basketball IQ in the NBA by a mile. This guy always knows what to do, who to pass the ball to, and he wins games. And look, you can't take away from Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving has that amazing killer instinct. He's not, doesn't have the same IQ as LeBron. but he makes the shots. I mean, he absolutely kills games for other teams. You give the ball to him down the stretch, he knows how to take care of business like no one in the league. I swear, this guy is on automatic in a lot of these fourth quarters against the best of the best. He's up there, he's taking that shot, and he's knocking it down. The Warriors don't have someone like that. And it's funny because during last season, during the regular season, we were talking about Steph Curry and how this guy is clutcher than almost everyone in the league, maybe even the most clutch player in the league. And some people in the comments right now or watching the video right now, they might be like, Steph Curry, the clutchest player in the league? Like, my ass. I honestly believe that there's people, they think Steph Curry is just a choker. I know that's definitely common for people to think that, but believe it or not, in the 2015-16 regular season, when this guy was on fire, when he was dropping 46 on OKC and hitting the deep 35-footer to win the game over Andre Roberson, that was when a lot of people started realizing how special this kid was in fourth quarters. I mean, he was literally, not just in fourth quarters, because he was amazing throughout the season. But in fourth quarters, he would dominate the game. And then in the finals, it wasn't like that. And he was actually clutch in the playoffs before the finals. The only time that I think he really failed to close games, because if you remember in that Portland series, he had something like, 17 points in an overtime or something like that? He went absolutely bonkers in an overtime game against the Blazers. In a comeback, I think he had 23 in the fourth. I don't know, something crazy. Maybe it was 23 in the fourth plus overtime or something like that. But this guy just went nuts. And yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but some people definitely do. This guy could really clutch games, close out games. But then in the finals, he goes up against a physical team. In the Cleveland Cavaliers, they play him like they play LeBron James. Like they body him. They wanna. They know the reason. I made a video about Steph Curry, how to stop Steph Curry. Well, you got to be physical. You got to be all over him. You got to make sure he has no space, no room to work. That he's not comfortable. Basically, was my philosophy. You got a guy like DeAndre Liggins, Matthew Dellavedova, Iman Shumpert, etc. Just body him full court. He was bothered, and in the fourth quarter, he was bothered because it's not like anyone was giving him any space. They didn't care about his penetration. They were disrespecting Steph Curry's ability to get to the basket, and I think that this is interesting because Steph Curry, he's a very good finisher in terms of how he uses his body, and he can flip shots up and in. He's got amazing touch, but he's not that great at creating space to get to the basket, like getting by people. He really uses his shot to get by people. He'll pump fake someone out of their shoes and then get to the basket because he created that space from the fake from his shot. But they don't care about that. They're just on his ass all the time. They don't give him any space ever. So he's got to do something. He's got to take these tough shots, and he couldn't make them. And then the Grizzlies did the same thing last night. See that last shot by Steph Curry, James Ennis was all over him. He had to take a 45-footer that was not even close. Actually it was close, but it wasn't going to go in. But that's the type of stuff they were doing. Steph Curry dropped 40 last night, but he didn't look like it. If you watch just the fourth quarter in OT, like I did, you would never have guessed that Steph Curry dropped 40 in that game, but he actually did. But Kevin Durant is another guy that he's not, really the clutch guy. He used to be. I swear in OKC, this guy was hitting game winners left and right for a while. But then in that last season, it started to fade. They'd show so much in the regular season. They had something like 15 or 17 regular season fourth quarter meltdowns where they were leading in the fourth and they would end up losing or something like that. They could not hold a lead for their lives. And it wasn't just Kevin Durant, but he would take a lot of those shots and he wasn't able to make them. He would just dribble the shot clock out, take a deep contested jumper and miss. And Golden State brings him over. But now you still don't have a guy to close games. You don't have a cold-blooded guy. Who's the clutch player on that team? Who's going to make those shots when it counts? Who's going to lead your team when it counts? This is why I'm picking the Cavs right now. This is the main reason. Because I know that the Warriors have amazing talent. I know that they have a better offense. I know that they can get any shot they want, basically, in a flow of their offense. They have amazing playmakers and scorers from outside. But what they don't have is someone that can lead them when they need a basket. When they need a basket, they don't have that guy. And it's weird for me because I'm saying Golden State doesn't have this because it doesn't make any sense. Golden State should have everything they need because they built the best team, potentially that we've ever seen in terms of on paper. You look at that team. Have we ever seen a team with that much talent on a roster? You know, it's all about, do they play well together? And they certainly do play well together. I mean, they're 31-6. That's exceptional. That's the best record in the NBA. But when it comes down to it, in a series versus the Cavs, that's going to come down to fourth quarters. If the Golden State Warriors can't considerably win each of the first, second, and third quarters, go up by 20 or so, they can cruise to a victory if they go up by 20 in the finals. You know, they'll blow out the Cavs maybe once or twice and get a couple wins there, but I don't believe that this team has it in terms of a close game. I don't think they can close out against the Cavs in a neck contest. I don't think they have it. The Cavs have it. The Cavs have that killer instinct. That's maybe the one thing that the Cavs have that the Warriors don't, alongside with interior defense. Although Draymond Green has been absolutely amazing this season in the defensive end, Zaza Pachulia is not that guy, and JaVale McGee, you know, he's just not good enough. I mean, obviously he's potentially a great rim protector, but they don't like to give him those huge minutes. It's just not a great idea. But yeah, Warriors need a clutch person. Warriors, I mean, it's crazy. Again, like, they have an amazing roster. They shouldn't have to find a clutch guy. But, you know, I thought Andre Iguodala, you know, why don't you have Andre Iguodala out there and running the offense? Maybe. That would be kind of weird, right? If you have Curry and Durant in your team, you're not running the offense with them. It's just a weird dilemma. I mean, I don't think they're going to make a trade. They don't want to screw things up. Klay Thompson's been in trade rumors for some reason. I don't think he's going to get traded. It would be funny if they traded him. I would like it because, you know, it would make them a little less superpowered, unless they got something better, which they probably wouldn't. Anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling, but the main point in this video is that the Golden State Warriors need a presence, or maybe they just got to play together as a team better. I don't know. Maybe they just don't play hero ball. Maybe Kevin Durant and Steph Curry can get along. I was watching the game last night, and the last few minutes it would be like, okay, Steph, you take the shot this time. Oh, KD, you take the shot this time. There was a lot less ball movement than there should have been. For the team leading the league in assists, the team that wants to set the assist record, why aren't you just passing the ball around and getting a good shot? Draymond Green did come up clutch a little bit in this game, but Draymond Green was like the most clutch player in this game for the Warriors. Mike Conley had ice in his veins. I was going crazy because Mike Conley was literally just hitting all these crazy mid-range jumpers in people's faces, you know, to take that game away, really, basically. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, idea down below, subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.